Well, it's time to choose a website. Your business obviously needs a website. Every business does, and it looks like you may be looking for one. There's a few things to think about. Purchasing a matching domain name, making sure you have hosting, and choosing the right content management system, because we don't use WYSIWYGs for businesses. Those are for business cards. So you're going to either be looking at WordPress or Drupal for the most part. You're going to want to make sure you have an SSL and DNS set up and a WAF set up. We're going to show you 3 applications that you'll use to get this done in under 40 minutes. Start to finish, we're going to get you set up and ready to go. So first, you're going to obviously have a business name, which you want to match that domain of some sort. The best thing to do, because pricing is always a factor, there's always the sites where they say, hey, come in and buy our domain for $1. Everybody wants to just get this domain name for $1. And then next year it's $17, or the year after that it's $19 or $20. When you can go to a place like Cloudflare, create an account and purchase a domain name, and that actually is $10, and every single year it's $10. So basically they sell it to you and renew it to you at cost. To use Cloudflare for 90% of small businesses is going to be very easily on the free plan. There's no cost to this. It's basically a firewall or a protection in front of your website at the domain level. So you're going to get this right at the domain, exactly what you're looking for, and it's going to be really good protection. So we're going to start with creating an account on cloudflare.com, which this will be in the description as well. So let's see, we're going to start for free. It's going to open up a tab for us to sign up. You're going to use your email, your password, and verify that you're a human, and you'll be able to sign up. I already have accounts, but I will just connect with a Google account. So we'll just click one of my Google accounts, and then we're going to say we want to continue. So now what's going to happen is it's going to bring you to a page once you connect. And once you're in here, you're going to go over here to the right at the bottom where it says skip. You're going to skip that. Now, once you're in here, there's no domains. So what we're going to do is we're going to add, let's see, we're going to register a new domain. So right here, it says register a new domain. So we're going to click register a new domain. You're going to be able to type in a domain name. So let's just type in a random domain name. It's going to come up and show you .com. It's $10.46, and it renews at $10.46. Most .coms are always going to be that $10. Some of the .nets and the orgs will be a different price, but that's okay. So you find the domain name that you're looking for, whether it has whatever that name is going to be. You're going to confirm the domain. You're going to enter in your billing information, your business name, basically. You're going to enter in all that, and you're going to add your card information, or you're going to pay with your PayPal account. Okay. Once you complete that registration, it's going to bring you back to your account homepage. Okay. Okay. So now, when you get to your domains, I'm going to actually switch accounts. But when you get to your domain, what's going to happen on your domain is you're going to have DNS settings. And you have your domain here. It's going to give you a little bit of time that you're going to have to wait. But your domain will already be here. So if you just click on that domain name and then go down to DNS, you're going to click records. On those DNS records, there's a bunch of records here, but you're not going to have really any records here. You're just going to look for your record that shows your actual domain name, the name that you're going to be using. and you're just going to kind of pause on this screen, okay? And then we're going to go to the next part of this process. So the next part of this process is actually going to be, since you have the domain now, that domain has to point somewhere. So since we need that domain to point somewhere, we need to find a host. And in finding a host to like actually host the software that you're going to use, whether it's WordPress, Drupal, Joomla, Magento, whatever it may be, most of you are probably going to be using WordPress or Drupal. They're one and two of the best systems to use for a smaller business that wants to really build their own website or have a majority control over their website. You can move it from one host to the next host. You can have multiple developers develop on it. So WordPress and Drupal are extremely helpful during these times. So you're also going to go and say, you know what, you're going to go to AWS. It's aws.amazon.com. I'll have that in the description as well. You're going to go in here and create an account. When you create an account here, let's see, we're going to create a new account. So we're going to create, we're going to add a random email address, and we're going to add, we're going to click verify email address. So it's going to send us an email. So we're going to want to log into our email service, and it's going to have us a verification code. We're going to take that verification code that they sent to our email. We're going to paste it in here, and when we click verify, it says your email address has been verified, and it's going to ask you for a root password. That root password, all right. Okay, so, oh, the passwords don't match. Hold on 1 second. All right, perfect. So they match now. You're going to hit continue. That continue is going to bring us to a screen here. We're going to choose the free plan because we don't need any support. It's going to ask us for our information. We're just going to put in some random information. All right, we're going to accept their terms and agreement. We're going to continue to the third step. All right, so here you're going to have to add some sort of payment information. Once you add some payment information here, so our payment information will go here. We're just going to hit continue, and it may not work because my card doesn't have that address, but it is going to make me verify. It's going to make you verify your phone number, so you guys will definitely have to put in the right information, but I should be able to sneak this information by, I think. You should actually be able to start these accounts without any of this information, but now it looks like they're going to make us add this information, but
Hey, what popped up? What popped up? No, I'm gonna try it too.
1 second. I should have this code any second now. There we go. Don't share your codes with anybody that calls. It's not a good thing. Okay, so that's fine. So I think it did notice there was an issue with the billing information, but that's okay. You guys won't get that. But basically, once you get logged in, you're going to be at a home screen. That's a dashboard like this. It's going to be a console page. So this console page, and again, I'll have everything in the links in the description. One thing you want to save somewhere is just your account number. This is your account ID, and this is your account name. These can be used to log in, either one of these when you try and log in. You can also use your email address for the root account, but those also work for login. So basically, this is your dashboard for AWS. What you're going to do is you're going to click this little square box up here in the top left, and in the search bar, you can type light sale. Light sale is going to open up a light sale service. This light sale service is going to show the ability for you to start servers for your website, right? This says if oh, that's why, because it's gonna that's okay. Give me 1 second to log in.
What's wrong with it? Oh, I'm sorry. That was an accident, man. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. It was an accident.
Okay, so when you get into the AWS console, what you're gonna see is this. Just give me 1 second. I have a bunch of these, so I probably shouldn't set up ones that don't work, but that's okay. So once you get into light sale, you'll see this. You'll have basically, you're going to have a screen here that says good evening. I currently have instances that are here. These are all little servers. You're going to basically ignore this because you won't have any of these here. All of these will actually be, let me see. Yeah, yours will be empty. So what you'll do is you're just going to go to create instance. When you create an instance, it's going to let you pick where do you want this server to be hosted. So you're going to click Montreal, Virginia, Ohio, Oregon, wherever you want. I use all different ones. So in this test one, I'm going to just do one in London because I don't normally use London. So I'll just delete this instance after we're done. But what we do here is once you click the region that you want to be in, it's going to ask you, what do you want to install? So you can install a cPanel if you want to do your own custom like hosting build where you would host for your own clients. And this will allow you to like build multiple websites inside of a cPanel. I don't recommend it because all the sites are in the same container. It's a lot better just to run individual operating systems with a WordPress build or a Drupal build. But you can also go operating system only and just and install operating system. And then if you know how to use SSH and command prompt, you can actually, install your own stuff. But for most people, you're just going to come right here. You're going to select the state or the country or state you want. And then you're just going to select WordPress for a single. This is just single. That's multi-site, but you just need a single. So you're just going to click WordPress for that. And then you're going to go down here. You're going to click Enable Automatic Snapshots. You can change it to whatever time or just leave it. It's going to, as long as you enable that, every 24 hours, it'll take a backup of your site. And here you come to pricing. Okay. So the pricing of your site is going to be as follows. You can install them for $5. You can install for $7, for $12, and these are monthly fees. Most WordPress sites, I would recommend at a minimum to go with the $12 a month plan. I like to use 24 just because we bill our clients more than that. So some clients are on 44. It just depends on the traffic and the size of the site and what the site's offering. But To start at the smallest basic site, you're going to need to at least go to the $12 plan. Once you go to the $12 plan, you're going to scroll down and you're going to name this plan. You can't use spaces, but you can use underscore and dashes to basically name the instance that you have. You can also add tags. So we'll add, we can add, our own tags so we know what that instance is at the end of the day, right? And once you do that, you're just going to click create. It's going to take a second to load, and it's going to pop up on the next screen, and it's going to show you that it's loading. So now that this is loading, you now have a website here. Okay, so this website is here. It's at 1340.151.27. So that is your new website address. If you were to go up here and type it in the URL. May not load. It takes maybe another minute or so. Once this turns blue, then you know that this has been installed. It doesn't take long though. So this is basically installing WordPress on a server for you, and you're going to instantly have a WordPress site. This is a basic WordPress site. To log into a WordPress site, you use a /wp-admin. That brings you to a login screen. So now you have a login screen here, and on that login screen, your username is always going to be user when it comes to a Lightsail instance when you're using WordPress. So that'll be user will be your login, and that tells you right here default WordPress login username is user. Now to retrieve your default password, you're going to click connect using SSH. This is going to bring you to a command prompt. Now everybody gets nervous here because it looks crazy. It's very easy. You're going to type in the word cat, C-A-T. You're going to hit space. You're going to type in the word Bitnami because this is a Bitnami instance. And then you're going to put an underscore. And then you're going to say application. And then underscore password. Now, once you do that, you're going to hit enter, and I will leave this direction inside of the description. So you're going to take this password right here that it gives you in this command prompt, and you're going to copy it. Once you copy it, you can close this. When you close this, you're going to go back to the user login, and you're just going to paste the password there. There's the password. You're going to hit login, and it's going to log you in to your WordPress site. You'll want to save that login or immediately go in and create a user for yourself that's an admin. You'll create your own user. But here's your WordPress site. Here's your first WordPress site. Now that you have a blank canvas for a WordPress site, totally blank, totally online, ready to go. So since we're using Cloudflare, we're going to copy that address, that 13 that's in Lightsail, right? So right here, 1340.151.27. We're going to copy that, and we're going to go back to our Cloudflare. Okay, so once we go to our Cloudflare, actually, we're going to go back. We're going to go, so once you log into your Cloudflare, well, you'll already be logged in though, but once you're back logged in, right now we have a bunch of domains. So what we would do is, let's say I'm going to use the name AvuBrand. So avubrand.com. You're going to click your domain name that's in there. You're only going to have one. Again, I have a bunch. You're going to go to DNS records, and you're going to see exactly what you see here. This domain has never had anything on it. We redirect it for the most part. And actually, I don't even know if it's redirected now. I think it used to be redirected, but yeah, there's no redirection on this domain. So you're going to just go to DNS on the side. You're going to go to records. Right now, it looks like this site is pointing to this domain name. So it looks like it's pointing to 45.40.133.106. That probably pulled from its original server a long time ago. You're just going to click the edit button right here, and you're going to select this, and you're going to paste in your new one of your new server. Okay, that's going to be the new server we just created. If you want, you can put in a note here, and you're gonna save it just in case you have multiple people. If somebody goes there, you can put your initials, letting people know that you're the one that changed it. So now you have that. Now there's a couple of things you need to make sure are here all the time. One is an A record that points to the actual domain, and then a CNAME record that points to www, and then the actual content is going to be the actual domain name. So as long as you have those two things, you're going to be good to go. The reason that these are proxied right now with this little button that says proxied, this puts it in the firewall. So if you don't want a firewall in front of your domain, you just take this off, okay? You can turn that off of both of the A record and both of the CNAME www record. But what that does is that allows Cloudflare to give you a free SSL certificate that you don't have to figure out how to install through your DNS provider or through GoDaddy or buy that from them. Cloudflare will automatically give you a SSL. And there's two ways this works. One SSL we can actually install right here at the command line, and we can have an SSL built right on the server. We can also just ignore that, and we'll just leave the SSL installed through Cloudflare. And we have to make one little change, is we're going to go to security, or no, I'm sorry, we're going to go to SSL, and we're going to go to overview, and this is going to say flexible. Flexible is for if your server has an SSL already installed and you want to use an SSL on Cloudflare side. Cloudflare is the one that protects you. Your server is not as much protection as Cloudflare is going to give you. So if you're using it just on Cloudflare and you're not setting up SSL on the server, you're going to hit configure, and you're going to go to custom and select, and you're going to go to full. So full is going to give you full protection on Cloudflare, and then you're done with the Cloudflare part of this. You got your DNS settings set up. You're pretty much good to go. Now, if you go back to your website, what I was telling you is you're going to need to remember that password originally, or you're going to have to add yourself a user so that you can log back in, because right now it's actually about to log. It's about to log you out, right? Because now your site has been directed to the web domain that we just talked about. So if you see that, abubrand.com now comes to this WordPress site that we just installed. So that WordPress site now has a domain name attached to it. That's how quick you add the domain name pointing and look at HTTPS. It's already fully secured, right? So, and it's the same thing. It's just / WP admin. It's actually going to be user. I'm going to have to go back. I didn't save this password, but that's okay. You can always come back and open this command prompt again. If you press the up arrow, it'll bring up any of the previous commands you ran, and you can just hit enter, and it brings you the original password again. So now we're going to go back to this domain. We're going to paste that in, and now we're back inside of the website. Okay, so now here we are. We're rocking and rolling. Okay, we're going to save that. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to say, you know what? I want to go to the marketplace and find a demonstration theme that I'm going to be able to use, right? That's going to basically give me a bunch of demo content that's a really good theme, not on the free marketplace. These are actual very good themes that are fully built out. They're not going to have limitations, really. They're just going to be fully built out. When you get a template from inside of the WordPress installation, which is, let me go back to that for you, which is here. If you go to appearance and then you want to add a theme, all the themes that are here are bogus. Most of these are all bogus. You're going to have to upgrade to get full compatibility or to edit them properly. They're just mostly bogus. So when you want to get a real good theme, you're going to go to the marketplace here. You're going to go to WordPress. You just click on WordPress themes. It's going to bring you to that page that I was just on. And this is themeforest.net. And you can kind of say, I want to look at, maybe you want to look at a corporate theme, and you're going to scroll through their themes, and they have different ones. There's some that are cheap, some that are expensive. It's just how much time somebody has put into that theme. Okay. So if you go ahead and look at your theme, actually, I'm going to go back. Sorry. You're going to add that theme that you want to the cart. You're going to go to checkout. You're going to use your PayPal or your credit card in this same instance, and you're going to pay securely. Okay. That's done deal. Okay. Once you do that, you're going to have a download section. That's right. You highlight your username and it has a download section. It's going to show you all the themes that you purchase over time. Okay. So you're going to click your last theme. You're going to click download. What you want is the installable WordPress file only. So once you click that file, it's going to go to your downloads. Okay. So now you're going to go back over here and you're going to hit upload theme. You're going to choose a file and you're going to go inside of your downloads and it's going to show you a file. It's usually a zip file. It'll say the name like Aid Zone. You're going to hit OK and you're going to click install. Once you click install, it's going to take a moment to install. You're going to say activate. Now it's going to activate. Okay. Once you activate, you have basically a theme installed. So if you go here, you're going to see it's got a loading thing. There's no content though. Okay. So we're going to go back to the dashboard and we're going to go to appearance. If you go down here, it says install plugins. So that means that this theme needs these plugins to be installed in order to work. So you're going to click install on all of them first. So first thing you want to do is click install on all of them one by one before you start activating, and you just keep going back. So you'll have a little pop-up there. Yep, return to required plugins installed. So each one of these, same deal. Sometimes it will ask you, like, we'll send you to another website if you try and activate it. It'll like open up a new screen, but just be careful when you click in different ones. You just want to click install first. And this is just real time, nothing sped up, nothing slowed down. It's just real time. Once you get all these installed, so I have a pretty good installation. So this is the one that pops up to a new screen when you go to activate it. Is WooCommerce, because it wants you to set up your e-commerce store with an address, with if you're going to do shipping, if you're not, if you're selling online products or not. So we're going to activate these one by one. And WordPress does it a lot easier now. It used to really reload the screen, but right now it doesn't. This may take us, yeah, so this one's going to take us to this screen. I'm just going to back out of it and hit back. And we're going to go right back to activate that. We're going to activate one-click import demo. And we're going to click max execution time. We're going to click importer. We're going to activate WooCommerce, which will probably bring us to something else. Nope, it didn't. Okay, good. So then once you activate the last one, that one will bring you to WooCommerce setup. We're going to hit back again. We're not going to do that just yet. So we'll activate that. That's good to go. So now everything's been activated. Now, somewhere on your settings screen here on your dashboard, you're going to have something that has demo import. So whether it's under tools, or if it's under settings, or it's under the options. So the options can be down here. It can be up here on the top, or it can say theme options, or that it'll say the theme name right under dashboard. And you'll highlight that and it'll bring you into like something like this where it has header, footer, blog settings. It has all these different things. Just make sure we got all the plugins installed.
By the way.
Okay. Okay, so on this one, it's going to be under appearance, and it's going to say import demo data. So once we click that, it's going to bring us to a bunch of different themes here. So we have different themes that this theme that you looked at, it has different home pages and different theme developments. So let's say we go to this one at the bottom left here. Simple act of caring is heroic. We're going to click import demo, and it's going to have a few check boxes. Whether you want these or not, you're going to have to kind of decide, but it's not bad to add anything it wants to add that doesn't have a cost, because you can always uninstall those. And now I'm going to go to continue and import. Okay, so right now we're still at a basic site, and the basic site doesn't have anything imported just besides the actual theme itself. It doesn't have the demo data set up yet. So on your importer screen, you import your data, you pick the theme that you want, and then you give it a little time here, and we're gonna wait the whole time. Usually doesn't take too long. Sometimes it can take a few minutes, but it's usually pretty good. So there we have it. The import is completed. Demo successfully completed. You're going to go to visit site. Once you visit the site, you're going to see that all the demo content has been loaded based on your selections and your theme. There is a couple different builders you will be looking at when you're downloading your theme or purchasing your theme. And again, these premium themes are way better built than any theme that's going to be free in the WordPress marketplace. They're pretty much all just junk and watered down. But when you are looking, make sure you look at Elementor or WP Bakery. Make sure you understand which builder it may be. There's a couple other Beaver Builder and different ones. Just make sure you understand how they work. Maybe one will fit you and your team better. But this will get you a website that's pretty much fully built out and ready to go. So all you actually have to do is edit everything. Once everything is edited, then you'll be able to kind of launch your site. Just make sure you edit everything that you need. And again, you have a fully built website. Sometimes, like you've seen what I just did, is you got to add the menu and just assign it to the primary location under the menu settings. But if you run into any problems, I will leave my information in the description. You can reach out, and we'll definitely help you get those templates installed and running properly. And thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.